Hello guys, in today's video, I'm just basically going to talk about my personal pros and cons for Disventure Camp All-Stars. I think recently Disventure Camp All-Stars has been getting a lot of hate in the fandom. A lot of people aren't happy with it, mainly with like the more recent episodes, which again is understandable. But I feel like sometimes people just hate a little bit too much of Disventure Camp. Like sometimes I feel like people forget it's a fan series. Like yes, you can still hate on it and have problems with it, which I will be mentioning. But let's also talk about some of the good things, which I will be starting with, because let's just talk about all the good things Disventure Camp All-Stars has done. Let's just start positive. Let's first start with voice acting. Overall, Disventure Camp has really good voice acting. Like honestly, the voice acting has no problems. I think the voice acting is almost perfect. Like really, again, Disventure Camp All-Stars has amazing voice acting. Which in my opinion, voice acting is really important for a fan series, or just in general. They help make a character. So having good voice acting is very important, and Disventure Camp All-Stars does a really good job. So I give credit to all the VAs that work on Disventure Camp. They do an amazing job, do a really good job adding expressions and personalities to the characters. So again, yeah, I give credit to all the VAs. I don't think there's one bad VA for All-Stars. I think they all do a really good job. So yeah, again, I'm tired of saying this a lot, but I do give credit to all the VAs that work on the show. It's also so crazy to think how much like the voice acting has improved for Disventure Camp All-Stars. Like just thinking going back to like season 2, there's some good voice acting, but in general, the voice acting was like a little iffy. But like compared to All-Stars, there's such huge improvement. And I give credit to All-Stars. The voice acting is really good. Probably one of the best things about Disventure Camp All-Stars is actually the voice acting. So that's one huge positive for Disventure Camp. Another really big positive for Disventure Camp is the animation. Overall, the animation is really good. It's honestly pretty similar to Total Drama level animation, and there's way less people working on it. And they post these episodes like every 2 to 1 weeks. That is super impressive. Like I couldn't even imagine doing that. I'm not sure how many animators they have, but just still, that's like really impressive. So it's also like just really nice. Like getting 2 episodes each week is nice. I still kind of wish they go back to the 2-week schedule. Like the 1-week schedule is not bad, but I think the 2-week schedule I kind of do prefer. But I get why they did the 1-week schedule, just to try to finish All-Stars a little quicker, because we're getting closer to like the end of the season. And I know some people complain about the animation a little bit, just in like the more recent episodes. But personally, I don't think it's that bad. I think it's pretty similar. Like I think like it's a slight different, but it's still really good. Overall, I think the animation is really good, definitely for a fan series. I did mention this slightly when I was talking about like the animation, but also having so many videos in like a short period of time is again very impressive. Another positive things about All-Stars, how quickly they get episodes out. Like I wouldn't expect this. Like for me personally, I expect episodes like probably 1 each month, but no, we actually at least get an episode each 2 weeks, which I do give credit. That's pretty darn quick to get episodes. So the fans are not really waiting that long. We honestly do a quicker job than Total Drama. I know Total Drama to kind of like do more stuff and get like improvement. I'm not really sure like how the TV or television world works for that stuff, but we don't get Total Drama seasons that often. Like, think about it. There's like a long break for Total Drama. Like, from Pakutu Island to reboot season 1, that's a long wait period. That's also something I just really like about fan series. I think it's like a very nice time just like to spend your time waiting for Total Drama to come out. Because to be honest, Total Drama seasons do take a while. Are they amazing? Yes, I love Total Drama. But they do take a while. I don't even know how long it will take us to get like reboot season 3. Even if we're going to get one, I don't even know when that's gonna happen. So again, it's just nice to have some of these Total Drama like fan series. Each of them have their own like spin-off, like not spin-off, like their own like unique feature that makes them enjoyable. So they're not exactly copies of Total Drama. Yes, they're similar, but not exactly the same show. Which again, I really do like about Disventure Camp, and even like the new fan series that's come out recently, Reality Resort. It's just nice to have some of these Total Drama like fan series, which is another pretty good positive about Disventure Camp. I also do want to mention their earlier episodes for Disventure Camp were actually pretty good. I had almost like no problems with them. I would say like the first 5 to 6 episodes were definitely some of the best Disventure Camp episodes. They had pretty good writing, and again, I had like almost no problem with them. I kind of had problems like with one character, mainly being like, I'll just say it. I was a big fan of like Jake in the early episodes, but overall, just not like counting Jake, it was pretty good. They have sadly went downhill slightly, I feel like, after episode 6. Not saying like no, like the episodes after 6 weren't good. We definitely got some pretty good episodes. Like, in my opinion, I think episode 11 is really good. Probably my top 3 favorite episodes. I just really like the comeback episode. I think some of the interactions were really good. Like, I really liked Allie's, Tess, and Hunter's interactions. Even though I feel like they kind of forgot about that with Allie's character. But I'll talk about Allie more when I get to the con section. I also think the superhero episode was pretty good. Oh, I didn't add this. Like, I have like a list where I'm like seeing for like the pros and cons, but the costume designs. Can I say how much I love when they add costumes for Disventure Camp characters? That's something like Total Drama like never really had, were like costumes for the characters, but Disventure Camp does. Episode 6, love all the costumes. Definitely some of the characters like Yule. I love Yule's outfit. I think Todd and Aiden's outfit looks really good. I really like when Disventure Camp All-Stars does outfits. That's like personally one of my favorite things about Disventure Camp All-Stars. The outfits are just so fun, and it adds like, I don't know, it just adds something nice to the characters, which I just really like. So I really do like when we got like new outfits for the characters. I guess another pretty positive about Disventure Camp. It's something pretty unique to Disventure Camp too. Like, we really never saw that with any other Total Drama or like even fan series. But going back to the episodes, yeah, I'd say the earlier episodes are pretty good. It's another positive. I will talk about some of the later episodes in the con section, but right now, the early episodes, episode 11, episode 6, and episode, I don't know, what's the superhero episode one? Was it like episode, oh, I don't even remember. I think it's episode 14, 15. I don't know. Those are really good episodes. Then I want to end this section talking about 2 characters more specifically, being Connor and Gret. In my personal opinion, I think Connor and Gret have been like one of the few characters that stayed pretty good throughout All-Stars. Definitely the more later episodes. Even with all the problems I have with the later episodes, Connor and Gret are really good in those later episodes. Gret was pretty, I want to say this, she's pretty boring in the early episodes, but how much improvement she got in later episodes were so amazing. And Gret has been dominating these like past 3 episodes. She's, in my opinion, like one of the few good characters. So again, Gret, character and just in general, is a really positive thing about Disventure Camp All-Stars. I know some people don't like her, but personally, I really like All-Stars Gret. Then Connor. Connor's really good. I was disappointed when he got eliminated, I think it was like episode 6, but I'm so glad he came back. And he worked really hard to come back. Definitely having a partner like Riya. And I'm so glad he came back, because he's been so amazing in these more recent episodes. I really like some of his interactions with like Jake, really good. I will be mentioning the Riya, Alec, and Connor plot later. That's really just iffy. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I will mention that in the con section. But even that, Connor still has been pretty enjoyable. Also, just some of the things he says is so like kind of cringy, but it's like a good type of cringy. I don't know, like Connor's kind of funny. I do admit he's a pretty funny character. It's also nice to just like have some backstory for Connor. Like, Connor's like this pretty rich character, which some people may not like, or like probably like, don't want to win because he is a rich character. But just knowing like some of his backstory is actually nice and adds some depth to his character, which I really do enjoy. And we got all of this in the later episodes. Connor and Gret have been amazing in the later episodes. So that's another positive. Even how much I did mention this before, like how much I don't like the recent episodes, Connor and Gret are kind of what keeping me still watching the show. I still really enjoy them. Also, we did get some pretty decent interactions with some other characters for Disventure Camp. I think Gabby and Gret were handled pretty well. What else is there? I think Ashley and Jacob were handled pretty well. I know some people don't like Ashley as like a support character, but she was a pretty good support character. Just in general, some of the interactions we got were pretty good. I do feel like they got kind of outshadowed by some other ones, well, I will be mentioned later. But overall, again, Connor and Gret are amazing, and we did get some good interactions. However, this is the end of my pro section. I will be moving on to the con section. Okay, let's start the con section. Remember guys, this is just my personal opinions, what I don't like about Disventure Camp. If you don't agree with me, that's totally fine. Just please don't hate me. I already got enough hate for that Ally video. So let's just talk about one of my main cons for Disventure Camp All-Stars. And I did do a poll on this, so I think some people do agree with me. Disventure Camp All-Stars, I think, focus too much on love plots, or we have way too many. Most of the characters are in relationships, and some of them got a lot of focus that we really didn't need. For example, Tom, Jake, and Aiden. Aiden's not really a part of it, but I just don't count him because he was part of the reason why like Jake was so, I don't know, so Jake. I don't know how to describe it. Jake being Jake. The Jake, Tom, and Aiden plotline I did not like. It took up so much time in the early merge, and just like felt like they took a lot of screen time for some other characters that kind of needed it more. Tom, Aiden, and Jake already had a lot of screen time in their past seasons. So this whole love plot thing, I know some people hate calling it a love plot because like Aiden's not part of it. Aiden's not really like part of the relationship, but I'm just gonna call it a love plot. Was so unnecessary and I did not like it. And then that's not the only like love trio thing we got. Then we got Alec, Riya, and Connor. After we lost Tom, why did they give us another whole love trio thing? I feel like we really didn't need it. And that love plot again, I wasn't a fan of it. It really, in my opinion, hurt Alec's character the most. They kind of made, I saw someone comment this. They say that All-Stars Alec during like later episodes felt like All-Stars win, which I 100% agree with. It felt like a really random shift for Alec's character. He went from being this pretty, I don't know, not heartless, I don't want to say heartless character. He's been pretty like this character that doesn't show that a lot of emotions and just like thinking really strategic and wants to win. To this character that's very emotional now, which is not bad. It's nice to see a character be emotional, but he's just spent his whole time apologizing to Connor, which again, I wasn't a fan of. Some people may like it, but I didn't. It kind of just hurt his character. I'm glad they're gonna be able to make up like Connor and him, or able to like be friends at the end of it, but like, I don't know, I just wasn't a fan of it. So just in general, I think most of the love plots were unnecessary and weren't handled that well. Like I think like the only like really necessary ones were Yul and Gretz, because they have like the plot line for like Gretz being herself and like just breaking away from Yul. So I think that plot line, love plot line, was necessary, yes. But the others, not so much. Definitely with how much we have in All-Stars is crazy. Even the hosts have a love plot. Why do the hosts have one too? And I feel like with the host love plot, they're starting it way too late. Like we got hints of it like in the earlier season episodes, but now we're just starting to get more of it in these like more recent episodes. And we still haven't even seen that much of it. Like we know like Emily and Trevor are going to do something, but we're already like episode, I think it's 17. I guess episode 17 might have to do with it, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, not the biggest fan of all the love plots. That might actually be a personal problem with me. Some people probably love all the love plots, but with me, not my favorite thing. Then I want to talk about Ally and Riya. If you like Ally and Riya, that's absolutely fine, and just respect my opinions. I don't have to like every character. Like just like you guys, you hate some characters, and I don't like some characters. In my personal opinion, I think Ally and Riya are some of the more worst characters. I get that people say Riya's a pretty complex character, but in my opinion, I feel like she's pretty inconsistent. I know some people probably are going to disagree with this, but my biggest problem, I feel they're trying to make Riya be like this character that shows guilt. That's a character that like, she's going to get a redemption arc, playing on a show, she's wearing a mask, she's not really this evil. But my main problem with this, we never see it really slip. Yes, you can show her face expressions looking a little sad or stuff like that, but she doesn't change. She'll literally do something just as bad a few seconds later. And that's my main problem with Riya. You can make her be a villain, I'm absolutely fine with that, but why are you also trying to make her seem like this character that feels bad almost a lot of times, definitely with characters like Connor, but we actually never see it. Like you can say it, but I actually want to see it. And just my opinion overall on Riya, I will talk a lot more on Riya when I make my ranking video for Disventure Camp All-Stars, so I won't talk about too much about her. And then Ally, do I really need to explain why I don't like Ally? I already made a whole video on her. That's honestly my most popular video, which again, I'm grateful. Kind of surprised my most popular video. That video literally took me like 2 hours, but hey, I'm thankful. Thank you guys so much. But let me talk about episode, I'm so bad at remembering episodes. I think it's episode 16 is the most recent episode. Episode 16 did not help Ally the character at all. She's really just here to make sure Jake loses. So that's not a very good addition to her character. That just really does hurt her character more. And it just sucks. I want to like Allie again, I say this. I think Allie could be a really fun character. She's a gamer, which is cool. But I really just don't like the direction they took of her. And if you're an Allie fan and you like her character, that's absolutely fine. Like again, if we all like different characters we really do like. But I don't like Allie. I am also going to mention another character, being Jake. Don't kill me, Jake fans. I know there's a lot of Jake fans out there. Jake is a character I'm very mixed on. I mainly don't like Jake during the early episodes. My main problem with Jake, he takes up way too much screen time. It's obviously fine to have main characters of a show or character you put a little bit more focus on, but in my opinion, Jake gets a little too much focus. I feel like a character should never have that much focus. I'm pretty sure Jake has the most lines by a decent amount, which I'm not surprised, because they definitely pay a lot of heavy focus on Jake. Jake had the whole thing with Ashley, he had the whole thing with Tom and Aiden, then he had the thing with Allie. He just gets all the focus, I feel like, for Disventure Camp All-Stars. I'm kind of glad though, like episode 16, he wasn't really that much of a focus, which was nice. But again, I just feel like Jake is a character I'm very mixed on, and a character that gets way too much screen time. Which I know people might call me hypocritical here because I like Riya, and Riya got a lot of screen time. But hey, let's just not judge it too quickly. Ooh, I don't want to talk about this one, but I kind of have to mention it. The fandom. If you've been around for Disventure Camp All-Stars for a while, you probably realize the fandom says some questionable things, or just some really messed up things. This isn't the only problem with Disventure Camp All-Stars fandom, or just Disventure Camp in general. Every fandom has this, even Total Drama. But Disventure Camp, I feel like it's kind of pretty bad. Most of the fandom, I'm gonna say this though, most of the fandom is fine. Most of the fandom's really good. They're reasonable people, smart people. They actually use their brains to think before they say something. However, tell me why. Just tell me why. Who in their right mind will send death threats to the VAs? Just because a character got eliminated, why would you do that? Like, are you not thinking? And the sad part, this happens so often in Disventure Camp All-Stars. Actually, this happened before with characters like Ashley getting Fiore eliminated. Just characters in general. Even more recently, it's happened with Gret's voice actor getting Alex eliminated. That's just so messed up, and the VAs don't even write it, so the VAs don't even deserve all this hate to get. And like how immature you guys have to be to give a character the VA's hate is so, honestly, just embarrassing. It really is. And it just kind of sucks because like most of the Disventure Camp fandom is fine, but these just small patches of people that are just so rude and mean kind of hurts it. And I thought it was pretty common sense. Don't send death threats to people, just in general. Don't send death threats to anyone. Don't send death threats to YouTubers. Don't send death threats to VAs, writers, just in general. Don't send that. I thought it was common sense, but I guess common sense is not that common, I guess. Ooh, I try to be not being too harsh on the fandom because I love most of the fandom. I think you guys are really cool. I also feel like the fandom kind of over-sexualizes some characters, which is definitely not a problem with Disventure Camp. Like, the fandom part is not Disventure Camp's fault. It's more just the fandoms. I'm just gonna leave it at this. I'm gonna say one character and I'm gonna leave it at this. Tom. So you guys already know what I'm probably gonna say about Tom and the fandom. Let's just say this character gets a little too much. I don't know, I just want to say, you know, I feel like you guys know what I'm trying to say. And it's kind of gross. Like, I get like liking a character, but some of these people go a little too far. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. Then the last thing I just want to end my cons on is just the more recent episodes. In my personal opinion, I haven't really been a big fan of the recent episodes. Again, that might just be a personal thing, but just like hearing like just in general like people's thoughts on episodes, a lot of people aren't happy with the more recent episodes. And I want to say mainly it's because of the writing. Like, I don't blame the writers too much. And writing is definitely, I feel like sometimes it can be like a personal taste, but I just haven't been enjoying Disventure Camp All-Stars in these more recent episodes. I'm just kind of sick of like the Connor, Alec, and Riya thing problems, then the Allie and Jake problems. I feel like I'm just like so sick of like all these like things that are just still in the show for some reason. Like, again, I feel like these love plots or like just unnecessary beef take up too much screen time for Disventure Camp. Because I want to like Disventure Camp All-Stars. I don't think the season is horrible. Like, I don't actually hate the season. I don't love the season. Like, if I had to rank it like a 1 out of 10, it'll probably get like a 4 or 5 out of 10. Like, something not super low, but it just has so many problems in my opinion. Again, don't like be sending hate to like the voice actors, writers, even like the creator of the show. Just don't do that. Don't be sending death threats. Please, I beg of you, don't be sending death threats. Let's just think a little bit before we send them. And I think I just want to end the video on this. I think Disventure Camp All-Stars overall had a lot of potential, been really good. Like I mentioned with the pros, it has a lot of pros. Like I don't think Disventure Camp has all negatives. Like there's some good things about Disventure Camp All-Stars. But there are a lot of negatives that kind of weigh the season down. And I understand why people are frustrated or just not happy with Disventure Camp right now. It's very understandable. But let's also try to not be, I don't know, so negative sometimes. Let's be a little positive. Which I know, again, I know it's kind of hard. If you want to, just tell me your pros and cons of Disventure Camp All-Stars and just your general thoughts on Disventure Camp All-Stars so far. Since like the season is almost over. See you guys later, and I hope you have a good night or day. Peace.